From Mamma Mia, welcome to The Spill, your daily pop culture fix. I'm Laura Brodnick.
And I'm Em Burnham.
And welcome to Weekend Watch.
My favourite episode of the week.
Our favourite episode of the week, where we give you a little rundown of the best new TV shows and movies that have just come out this week, so you know what to watch for the weekend.
Exactly.
Because there's nothing worse than endlessly scrolling through every streamer and then wasting an hour that you could have been watching something.
Exactly. Which is exactly what we do to find out what we're going to talk about.
We're wasting our lives for sure.
We're wasting our lives so you don't have to.
Exactly. So you have a recommendation you're excited to chat about today.
Yes, and I followed the rules.
Oh, I love that.
This recommendation has actually come out this week.
Yeah.
And it is season 4 of Morning Wars.
Yes.
Known also as The Morning Show if you're not in Australia.
Yeah, this is very old school to have different names in different countries. Like that used to always be a thing, especially with movies.
I think it's because we have a morning show and people are like, we can't be associated with this show. Anyway, Morning Wars, it's on Apple TV. It's a 4th season. So if you haven't watched it yet, I highly recommend you do. It is such good TV. It stars Jennifer Aniston and Reese Witherspoon. They've won so many awards for this show. But basically, season 4 takes off like with so much action, like so much happens in the very, very first episode. It is absolutely chaos. So Jennifer Aniston and Reese Witherspoon plays these like news anchors on a morning TV show, and they're like these big journalists. They're internationally famous, kind of like how most morning show news journalists are in the US, like where everyone just knows them. Big scandals take place with them in between, like with their co-workers and stuff. And also with the show, it follows kind of the news cycle. So last season they did a whole season on like going through that during COVID. Also the Capitol riots that happened in the US. This season starts off like also quite political, which I'm actually not very much in favor of.
Oh, really?
So it also starts off talking about everything that's happening in the Middle East. I feel a bit icky about that because it's still happening in the real world.
I guess that's the thing with Morning Wars, right, is they've always tried to be very, very topical, whereas they could have made the decision to go the other way and just cover like very fictionalized news in a fictionalized world. Instead, they sort of always keep one foot planted in this world.
Yeah, whereas like I feel like with the COVID season that we had, they obviously filmed during like the COVID time, but it was released after like COVID was quote unquote done for us, where like lockdowns weren't happening anymore. So it kind of felt okay. Same with like the Capitol riots. Like it felt okay to see it because
the moment was over. That particular moment was over.
Yeah, it was over. Whereas like everything that's happening in the world right now is still happening, and now they're making like a fictional show on it, and it feels a bit off. I mean, it's only been 1 episode released so far, so we'll see what the rest of the season holds up. But yeah, the stakes are still so high. It's just really interesting TV, and oh my God, I'm so glad they're leaning more into Greta Lee in it right now because she is brilliant.
She's so good. And it's just been renewed for another season after this one, right?
Yes.
So when
my God,
season
so
ends,
excited.
we're going straight into another one.
So
love that.
Morning show, Apple TV.
Okay, I have another TV show that's come out this week that I know you're also very excited about. It is the new season of Gen V on Prime Video.
I am so excited about this.
So if anyone's watched The Boys, which is an incredible show also on Prime, it's about a world filled with superheroes, but not the kind of superheroes that you want to turn up and save you.
No. It's I feel like The Boys is literally what the world will be like if superheroes exist.
Oh, 100%.
It is the most realistic version of superheroes. Guys, if Captain America was real, there's no way he's going to be like this really nice guy. I'm telling you myself, if I had superpowers, I'm going to be the meanest person.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to be so power hungry.
The power goes straight to my head.
Straight to your head.
And I too would start killing civilians.
Yes.
By accident, but also not caring because like they're not important.
They're not important. We're important.
Yeah.
We're superheroes.
That's the world of The Boys. So great TV.
Great TV.
And this is a spin-off of it.
Yeah, so Gen V is the spin-off of The Boys. It has a younger cast because Gen V is about like the university that all of these they call soups.
Yeah.
All of these soups go to learn how to like control their powers and also get an education and just be amongst other superheroes. And obviously it's also like dark but also comedic and really well done. It was actually quite sad coming into this next season. I was holding on because very tragically one of the main actors in Gen V passed away before the season came out. Chance Perdomo, he passed away in a motorcycle accident. So fans were really sad about that, obviously, but wondering like how this next season would happen.
Yeah.
Because he didn't actually pass away we didn't see him pass away in the previous season in the show. And the first 3 episodes of Gen V are out now, and I watched all 3, and I think they one will come out every week after that on Prime Video. And I'm actually really impressed in how the show handled it. Obviously, he was such a brilliant actor, like amazing actor. He played Andre. And also he was like kind of also a comic relief and like actually a nice character to play. Like he was meant to be the nice one, right?
Yeah.
And he like loved all his friends, and they treated like he dies in the show is what they put into the script. But they also treat his death as like the main storyline. So it's not just like, oh, he's dead, and then they just continue with what they were going to do with the rest. They've actually incorporated his death into the actual storyline. So I have a feeling that they've completely rewritten this show as kind of an ode to him. And like the first episode is an ode to him, and it's just done so well. And I really, really hope that his family like it, because it wasn't just like a throwaway comment. Like his name is mentioned throughout all 3 episodes, and I'm sure it's going to be mentioned throughout the rest of the season.
I think, as you're saying, that was the way to do it.
Yeah.
Because it is really difficult. We've seen that with shows before when an actor unexpectedly passes away, and there's always a big conversation about how you continue their storyline. And sometimes and just like that, when Willie Garson died, they consulted his son, and he was like, oh, I don't really want you to kill him on the show. Can you just pretend that he's off living this incredible life, which was an ode to his father. So that was great. But I think with Gen V, and they probably did speak with his family and his loved ones for it, it was more important to not kind of write his character off, but make him the center of this season to show how important he was to fans. Because I don't think fans would have tolerated him his character just being pushed aside.
Yeah. Gen V is such a good show. Like it is a spin-off show from The Boys, which is the main show, but also it doesn't feel like a spin-off show. It feels like its own piece of content. And also a lot of The Boys characters, like the main characters on these big salaries, are main characters in Gen V.
Yeah.
So it's like 2 separate shows, but both storylines have to work together. So it's not like it's in a completely different universe. And if you watch just The Boys and you're loving that world, Gen V is still part of The Boys storyline. So I really recommend you watch Gen V, because the next season of The Boys might not make sense because Gen V is so integral to the storyline that's actually happening in the main show. So it's really, really well done. I love how they treat it like its own real big show. But 3 episodes are out right now on Prime Video, and then they'll be releasing 1 every week after.
So good. So much good new TV this week.
And I followed the rules.
Both times. Well done,
you
friend.
so much.
Well done. So our third recommendation of the day is a very important one, because a huge movie that everyone has been talking about for a very long time, thanks to the press tour and the people who were in it, premiered this week. So Em and I were off doing other things, work obligations that we couldn't get out of.
It's not like we were just at home doing nothing.
We were just tired. And we missed the premiere, but someone from our Spill team did go.
Oh.
And that is our pop culture and social media editor, Tina Burke, who has just appeared in the studio like a genie from a bottle. She has appeared to give her review.
It's magic. I'm here. I came through the red door.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Whoa. She's talking about the movie already.
Yes.
So you went to the Sydney premiere of A Big, Bold, Beautiful Journey, yes?
Yes, I did.
That's a mouthful.
It's a mouthful and a half. And I think I was calling it like A Big, Bold, Beautiful Adventure all week long. And then I was like, that's not true.
I was calling it The Big and the Bold.
The Big, the Bold, and the Beautiful.
It's a great unknown, that Timothée Chalamet movie all over again, where we just can't get the name right.
A really good journey.
So you saw the Beautiful Journey movie.
I did.
Thoughts,
I did see
feelings.
that.
Well, give first of all, obviously Margot Robbie, Colin Farrell.
Yes. And also a few exciting appearances.
Oh.
Which if you look on IMDb / at the premiere pictures / at any of the casting news, you would have known. But I kind of feel like our whole, because so many people from Mamma Mia went to this last night.
Yeah.
We had a crew and everyone had no idea what was going to happen.
Oh, I actually love that. I love going into a movie and being like, I literally have no idea.
Yeah. So we didn't know, but there's some really good stars, but then it's like there's also like 5 people in the whole movie pretty much. Like there's background people, but it's like Margot Robbie, Colin Farrell, but there's also Phoebe Waller-Bridge, Kevin Kline, and Jodie Turner-Smith.
We haven't seen Phoebe Waller-Bridge for a hot minute.
Yeah.
Yes. And she's fun. Small role, but like it is very fun. And when we heard her voice, we all went, wait, who? And then we were, oh, it's Phoebe. So there were some exciting, obviously, guest cameos, but it's very much just like Colin and Margot on a big, bold, beautiful journey. /adventure. And if you've seen the trailer, you would probably be wondering what the hell happens because the vibe is magical, fantastical. Two people lock eyes at a wedding, classic rom-com trope, and then they go on a car journey together. There's rain, and then they stumble across a big red door in a forest.
I'm in already.
Wait, it's woo-woo?
It's woo-woo, but here's the thing. I really liked this movie. It ended though when I sat in silence for maybe a full minute, and one of our friends, Charlie Begg, who's friend of the Spill, she turned to me and she was like, "What do you think?" Because she was like,
so she hated it.
She is
but
still
Charlie
unsure.
Begg's favorite movie this year was Jurassic World.
Yeah, let's just temper where her
And I was like,
taste
the
is.
number one fan of Jurassic Park. Even I knew that was a bad take.
I know, oh poor girl. But no, so she wasn't sure, but then we were pretty evenly divided, and I kind of think based on the critic reviews, a lot of people are going to hate this movie.
That's
a
what
lot of
I've
people are not going to be happy about this.
Wait, so you didn't like it either?
I liked it.
Oh, you liked it?
Yes, but I have feelings. So it's if you've watched the trailer and you're like, okay, is this a rom-com? Is it fantasy? What happens? You will also still leave the cinema feeling like, well,
What genre did I just watch?
What did I just watch? What happened? It's kind of like a movie. So the movie is written by Seth Rice, whose only really other famous movie is The Menu, which stars Nicholas Hoult, Anya Taylor-Joy.
Great movie.
Is it similar vibes to The Menu?
Not in the sense of a horror, but in the sense of being abstract.
Yeah, right, okay.
And not really, nothing happens, but something happens. That vibe.
Yeah, okay, I kind of get it.
Yeah,
Menu scared the crap out of me.
Yeah. So this isn't.
I didn't know it was going to be horror.
Yeah.
That was going to be a nice dinner party.
Unexpected.
No.
So I think he does unexpected things, but maybe the vibe of this trailer is very something fantasy. They go through this red door, there's going to be magic. And so you'd watch that trailer and you go, okay, maybe they're going to go through this red door and it's like this fantastical world. But the basic
scary?
plot, not scary, but the basic plot is that these two strangers meet and then they get to relive important moments from their respective pasts, illuminating how they got to where they are in the present.
Oh.
But essentially they go on this road trip.
Kind of like a Scrooge moment.
They have a Scrooge moment, but then I think the thing that maybe has left some people feeling a bit flat is that this movie should have lent more into the weird and more into the fantasy. If you're going to do a concept and you're going to do something where it sort of felt like this was an amalgamation of books that have come out in recent years.
Okay.
Like if you've read The Midnight Library or The Unmaking of June Farrow, some kind of fantasy books where there's magic. There should have been more magic if we were doing a magical door that people walk through, and there's elements throughout that I can't really – this is a hard thing to discuss on a podcast because I can't say anything right now.
But it sounds like it's a bit more not straight fantasy or high fantasy. It's more magical realism, which is like the rules of the real world still apply and we're in the real world. But there's one magical element to it.
Yes, absolutely. And I think the thing with that is there's not – if they don't see this red door – this is not a spoiler, but anyway, they don't see this door and go through it and think, holy shit, a door. Where did that come from? Like there's things that happen – from the very start of this film where you're like, well, that's very weird and wouldn't, if that happened to you
kind
as
of like
a normal
when you're
person.
dreaming and you're like, everything makes sense in my dream, but when you wake up, you're like, that was weird.
Yeah. That is the whole vibe. It's like things are happening and they are a bit like, but they're not like, whoa.
They're not like magic exists.
They're not like magic exists. They're just like, this is the world we live in. But I will say, visually stunning movie. This movie is beautiful. From the very first scenes, I was just like, this is a gorgeous, gorgeous film. It's almost a little bit Wes Anderson-y in like symmetry and color and brightness. It's really, really beautiful. And the whole thing is very much just a metaphor for meeting someone and going through who you are as a person and like opening up all of your emotional doors and taking them through your traumas and taking them through like the ugly, bad bits of you that you don't like and that you wouldn't want someone to see. And so the concept, I think, it's not groundbreaking and it's not like I think that's maybe the problem or the issue with this movie is that like it almost had something really special and then maybe it didn't deliver, but I really liked it. But I see where critics are coming from.
Yeah, because I think the criticism this week has been because like the lead up to it, like this is beautiful. People want romance. People want magic back in the movies. And then the reviews started coming out and they were very anti that. Do you think there's a line from the creators and Margot Robbie also knowing that people were going to turn against this movie and her press looks. I think there's a bit of a line, right? Because those looks she's been pulling out, like she always looks great in a red carpet, but they seem very like she's worn them because she knows they're going to be very attention grabbing. She knows the world.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
I've seen more photos of her on the press tour than I've heard about this movie.
Yeah. Do you think it's deliberate now that you've seen it?
I think so. Like, and we've talked a lot about this because her fashion in the movie, just to sidetrack us for a second, is so heinous.
Oh, right. But that's her character.
Is it like giving Lily Bloom?
She is wearing denim capri pants with thigh-high suede boots and one of those like Topshop 2012 messenger caps.
Love.
And a suede blazer that doesn't match the suede boots. It's a different, like she wears a silk pajama set to a wedding. Oh. And then later she's wearing a gown in a flashback of a dream. And you're like, that's what you should have worn. Like the fashion is so heinous and it doesn't match the fashion of what she's doing on the red carpet. Yeah, so the red carpet is giving premium rom-com beautiful actress moment. And then the movie is not.
That sounds like she's really done that on purpose because she usually does match her red carpet fashion to her character in a way that like I don't know what Margot Robbie's actual fashion sense is like. I don't think she has personal style. I think she's really good at being a character on a red carpet because think for like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, on the red carpet she's wearing all those very old school Hollywood looks. For Suicide Squad she's wearing like really dark dresses. Remember the unicorn dress and these very kind of like superhero-esque costumes. Yeah. And then obviously Barbie was like full Barbie look. And so for this one it's almost like she's like, oh, if I dress like my character I'll get attention but it won't be the right attention. So I'll just go full glam fashion girl.
Full glam fashion girl. Yeah. So it doesn't really match the aesthetic of the film. But like also, yes, it's very much a character thing for her Lily Bloom style. And like she's doing a lot of rings that you would buy at a market and a front fringe. So that's her look and feel. But no, it's really, really beautiful and it does explore grief in an interesting way. And I think the reason that we had such mixed reactions is if you personally can relate to some of the things that they're talking about in this movie, you will really enjoy it. But I can't tell you what they are and whether or not you will enjoy it till you go see it because I don't want to ruin it for you.
Okay.
The one thing that I will say is that I can't stop myself from going, what's the twist? What's the thing whenever I'm reading a book? And that's how I felt watching this. But then there just wasn't.
Okay, so
don't go in thinking I'm going to get some huge twist because you won't. It's just a movie where nothing happens.
Okay, so it's about the journey, not the destination. Yes. It's not building to anything. It's just about sitting and enjoying it. Okay, that's good to know.
Things happen, but like it's just that genre and we were talking about it when we left where we're like, sometimes I love watching movies where nothing happens.
Yeah, fair.
This is a movie where nothing happens and they kind of were like, let's do some magic, but let's also not.
Yeah.
It's really, really weird. This description does nothing for you, spoilers. I'm sorry, but
I want to watch it now.
Yeah, I want to watch it too.
I will say, like, again, so beautiful, even just to watch it alone for the scenery and how stunning it looked. And the soundtrack slaps. My one criticism is that they had a Gracie Abrams song in the trailer that was so good it has picked up on TikTok with its own edits. It didn't feature in the film.
Oh,
that was depressing to me. But elsewhere, great soundtrack. Okay. Really, really lovely.
Amazing. And out at the movies tonight?
Out at the movies now. I would watch this movie again.
Okay,
that's a good.
I think it has elements of like the feeling of a movie like About Time.
It's giving.
But I don't want to say that because
Harry Styles going, it just feels like a movie.
Yeah, you feel like so scared to say like it's a movie.
It just feels like a real movie. It just feels like a real movie.
And I don't mean that in the Tina Burke way where I'm like, I saw Superman and like cinema is back. No, this is a movie that felt like a movie. This is a movie that felt like a movie in a movie where they like invent a fake film.
Oh, yeah, like a girl in a rom-com in New York. This is her favourite movie.
This is her favourite movie.
Okay, great.
It has touches, whispers of whimsy.
Okay.
Not enough whimsy, but they tried.
Wow. Well, I appreciate your very balanced review of a big, bold, beautiful journey.
I guess the message is this is not a rom-com because I feel like they're doing that materialist thing of leaning a little bit into the idea that this is a rom-com in some of the marketing. It's not. But if you're single or have ever been...
I've ever been single.
Maybe you'll relate to the feeling of, you know, putting yourself out there again and seeing what other people's scars are and whether or not you can handle each other. Okay. That is the essence of this film.
Sounds sad.
Okay, now Em's off the train. She was on the train, she's off the train. Okay.
You've taken me off.
Well, if anyone sees it, let us know because I feel like this is going to be one of those movies where you love it or hate it. So a big, bold, beautiful journey out in cinemas now. Thank you, Tina Burke, for that.
Thanks,
very
Phoebe.
layered review. I apologise.